Hi everyone! I'm going to be making these little chalkboard signs today. I'm actually prepping for a birthday party, so I always love the idea of putting little signs out by the food. I think it's just a really fun little touch that adds a little bit of intentional thought to the little party table. So I found these sweet little chalkboard signs at Hobby Lobby. They did come in a pack of 4, and I kept the little cardboard label that came with them. They came in a little bag. So they are in the party section at $3.99. Again, they are in the 4-pack. And I think they too come in other colors. If you're familiar, Hobby Lobby does segment their party section, or part of their party section, by color. So I may have found this in a certain section, but if you go to like the pink section or the teal section, I believe they have them in other colors. But white was where I was going with my ideas. So that's the ones I picked up. So aren't they cute? I love how they're really scalloped at the sides too. So I thought it'd be fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the labels that are going to go on there. I love the idea of chalkboard signs at parties, but it always ends up being 5 minutes before the party, and I am asking, who has the best handwriting? Please raise your hand if you want to help me out, because I love the idea of it, but for some reason, while I think I have good handwriting, I'm always so nervous to actually do the text. So this year, I'm like totally covered because I've got a Cricut and I can make perfect letters in a couple seconds. So what you're going to need to do this project yourself is some vinyl, and I'm actually going to use some Oracle 631 matte white vinyl. 631 is removable, and I have actually removed this vinyl, so it is removable. And I like that idea because these signs are so cute that I would want to reuse them and just keep them in my party supply box. So I'm going to use removable vinyl. I also like the matte look when doing anything that's chalkboard because it really, really looks good as a finished product as opposed to the glossy finish of vinyl. So if you are going to do this, I would recommend choosing a matte finish. So they do have a matte permanent Oracle 651 if you want to do that. But again, I'm going to do the 631 because it is removable. Okay, and then you're also going to need some masking transfer tape or transfer tape of your choice. I'm going to use a Cricut scraper tool, a weeding tool. Since the text is really, really small, I also pulled out my tweezers just in case I run into any little problems pulling it up, and Cricut scissors or scissors of your choice. I'm also going to be prepping the surface with rubbing alcohol, so I'll do that as well. And before we jump into Design Space to get the letters all prepped, I'm going just to measure this. And it looks like we have 2 1/4 by 1 1/4 to work with. Okay, so that will help us as we are getting everything written out and sized in Design Space. So let's pop on over there and get all of our text all designed so that we can get it cut. Okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. I am actually going to write out each word with a text box instead of using images. So this is wonderful because you can personalize these signs to be anything you want based on what you're serving. And then again, if you're using the removable vinyl, then you can just come back in here every time you need to reprint and update your signs. So if you go down, I think it's the 5th box, it's this T box, it's the text box, and you click it, you can just start adding text. So my first word is going to be fish. And we are actually hosting a swimming party for my little girl. So everything is kind of fish and ocean based. It's a baby shark party. So when I'm writing these out, that is kind of the theme, just so you know. The text that I'm going to use, or font, is called Playful Jake. And it's this first one right here. Okay, and I believe I got this from fontbundles.com. So I will just, just bring that right up here. Okay, so fish is the first one, and then I'm just going to go add a separate text box. There are going to be 4 different text boxes for the 4 different signs. The next one is going to be sharks. Okay. And these are, do you guys remember those little gummy sharks? They're blue and then they have like white bellies underneath. I can't remember if they have an actual name, but they're just like shark gummies. Anyway, I found those and I thought the kids would really like those. So we're going to do that. And then pizza. And the last one is water. Okay. Nice and simple for a bunch of toddlers. Okay, so I did size it and they were, let's see, what was it? 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I don't want to go any wider than 2 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my longest word because I do want all of them to be the same size in like letters. So I'm going to pick my longest word and make sure that that is, I'm just watching right here. I'm going to make sure that that is right around 2 inches. Okay, so that one's 2 inches. And now I'm just going to size the rest with my original as a reference. And let's see. Sometimes so what I'm doing is I'm matching up, like I'll pick a common letter between the two and just kind of eyeball it. Sometimes I even drag the letter over the other one. Okay, it's just something that I do. You can size them however you want. It's currently 5 a.m. here and this is making me so hungry. Is anyone else getting hungry looking? I don't know, is the pizza word like making anybody else's tummy rumble? I'm sorry if it is. I didn't mean to make you hungry in this tutorial, but okay, I'm up early getting things ready for the party. I still have about a week, but using all the time I can have. So, okay, so these look good to me. They look just about this one. I think this one needs to be just a tad bigger. Okay, I think that looks just about right. And they're going to be placed sporadically on the table. So if they're not perfect, then I guess only I will know, but they look pretty darn good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight everything and I am going to color them white just because I am going to be cutting them out on white vinyl. And now everything is a separate text box. So what you're going to do is just go over here to make it. I got to turn my Cricut on. It's so early, it's probably wondering why. Okay, so when you go in here, Cricut automatically wants to make your vinyls. They want to save as much vinyl as they can, so they place everything really close together. So I'm just going to go in here and just space them out a little bit. That way I have a little bit of room to work with, to cut in between. Okay, so that looks good. And the next thing I'm going to do is just hit continue. This is a really good project for scrap vinyl. So again, keep all of your little pieces that come off of your projects because if you look here, if I hover over, we're only using 1 inch in height. So I mean, you're using barely anything. And again, you can arrange these words any way you want on your mat to use the scrap vinyl that you have. Okay, so I'm going to be printing out on vinyl. I'm going to use default pressure. Everything looks good. So let's get to cutting. Okay, so I have my vinyl here and I'm just going to place it on my mat. This is going to be a very quick project because the design is really quick to cut out, just the short words, and then the application is super fast. So if you are needing a last minute little idea for a party, then this is going to be a really, really quick little project. Okay, and then I'm just going to let that cut. And while that's cutting, I will prep the surface with rubbing alcohol. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the mat. And everything looks good. So turning over the mat and removing the mat from the vinyl is a really good idea, especially when you have really small text, because it's really easy for the text to kind of bubble up and want to pull up off of your mat. So doing that is just an extra precaution. I'm just going to scrape the letters down real quick. Oh, I got so close on this side. You guys will see in a minute. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. One of my little letters is wanting to come up. Let me push him back down. Stay there, little guy. Okay. Hopefully that guy all stays down. Okay. So, we can do this via the back, too. Okay, so I'm just going to cut away all of my extra vinyl. I got really, really lucky. Oh my goodness. You guys will see in a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to start weeding this out. I'm being really, really slow and gentle because, again, this text is very, well, not only is the text a little bit fine, but the size is small, so that combination of a small, delicate text can just be a little tricky when you're weeding. Okay, there we go, perfect. So you don't want to pull up any letters. My little eye is wanting to come up, so I'm just going to grab it with my tweezers. Okay. And just quickly lay it back down. The tweezers are a really awesome little tool to keep on your desk too. Like it never happened. Okay, so you guys see how close it got there? I was super close. Okay. Oop, that little R is kind of tipping over. Stay there. I think this text is so cute because, again, it's a 2-year-old birthday party. So it's going to be a bunch of little toddlers. And I thought the text was just really just fun for kids. It was just looked like a kid text. So I'm just weeding out the middles of the letters like P's, A's, O's, anything like that. And double checking that everything's cut out. All right, show you guys so you can see how those turned out. They're really cute. You guys will see them even more when we put them on the chalkboard. So I'm just going to cut between them. That way I can apply them separately. And then we're going to use our masking tape, transfer tape. You can actually reuse this, so let's see if we can't do that. That way we can save a little bit of material. Okay, so I'll just start with water and go down the line. Okay, so once I have my transfer tape on top of the letters, I'm just going to scrape them down. Whoa! Oh goodness. Let's see if that little W is salvageable. Ooh, he got kind of mangled. Let's see here. Come here, little guy. Okay, let me keep him off real quick and I'll do the end of the letter, or the word. So I'm just pushing that down with my thumb really quick and scraping it down and pulling up. Okay, and then let's check out this little W. I think he will be good to go. I did have, well, I guess only half a cup of coffee because it's so early before crafting. So maybe my little scraper strength is more than I thought this morning. Okay, let me see. We'll just manually lay this down like a sticker, just like that. Perfect. Okay, like it never happened. So if that happens to you, the tweezers are awesome. They're such a great little tool. And oh my god, it looks perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and just move on to the next one. We'll do sharks. Okay, and gently scrape down. No Mama Hulk scraping, I guess, this morning. It's lucky I put those tweezers down. I didn't realize I'd use them as much as I thought today. Like a little crafting guardian angel just kind of helping me out today. Okay. All right. And again, just eyeball. Okay, again with your finger, you can just rub it down just to get it placed and then scrape. Perfect. Okay, 2 down and then pizza. In the back. And that pressing down with the scraper tool on both sides just really helps to get the letters transferred over to the transfer tape, because then when you go to peel it up, it makes it just peel up like a dream. These are cute. How fun. And I didn't have to write. I usually, these are just no mess too, because chalk is such a mess. And then you can buy those chalk pens, but I never really had very much luck with those. I'm not sure if it was just me, but yeah, I just never. Oh, again, and I'm going to reuse that little piece that I had and just do this little last piece. So sometimes your transfer tape has plenty of stick just to go one more time. So make sure if you're doing a repetitive little project like this where you tend to use the same size of masking transfer tape, then go ahead and reuse it. Center it a little bit more. Okay. And done. How cute. I'm so excited about these. Okay, what do you guys think? Try to get them all up here. I think they look really nice. I'm super excited about them. And very easy. Okay, so also the matte finish looks really good. It almost makes it look like paint. I did another project and I'll link it at the end of this video. It should be in the top right hand corner, but I did another project with a chalkboard, a big chalkboard sign, and I used the matte vinyl, and it just looks so good. It looks like it. My husband even commented that it looked like paint. So I think that's the way to go instead of the glossy finish when you're choosing out a vinyl. So Okay guys, that was quick and easy and just a fun little addition to your little party table. So let me know how you guys liked this, and make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial or found it helpful, and then make sure you hit subscribe because there's a lot of fun things coming up and I don't want you guys to miss it.